So guys, we are starting with ITF exercise 4, the numericals. Question number 1, sub question 1, sine inverse of root 3 by 2. Okay. Now in the table of sine, when does root 3 by 2 occur? It is 60 degrees, right? So sine inverse of root 3 by 2 is 60 degrees. You can also convert this to radians by multiplication with pi by 180. Second, cos inverse of half. Okay, cos inverse of half. In the table of cos 60 is equal to half. So cos inverse of half is equal to 60 degrees. Okay, third one, tan inverse of 1. In the table of tan 45 degrees is equal to 1. So tan inverse of 1 is equal to 45 degrees. Fourth one, cos inverse of 0. In the table of cos 90 is equal to 0. So cos inverse of 0 is equal to 90 degrees. Sub question 5, cot inverse of 1 by root 3. Now take the reciprocal of this will be tan inverse. Now as per ITF, you have to reciprocate the inner term as well. So this is tan inverse of root 3. Okay. So guys, just try to recollect. In the table of tan, when does root 3 occur? So it will be 60 degrees, right? So tan inverse of root 3 is equal to 60 degrees. Sixth, sec inverse of minus 2 by root 3. Reciprocate. Sec inverse is cos inverse. Inner term will also get reciprocated. Okay. Now we have a formula. Cos inverse of minus x is equal to pi minus cos inverse of x. So this will be pi minus cos inverse of root 3 by 2. Pi is nothing but 180 degrees. I applied this formula over here. Okay. In the table of cos, when does root 3 by 2 occur? It is 30 degrees, right? So cos inverse of root 3 by 2 is 30 degrees. So eventually the answer will be 150 degrees. Seventh question. Cosec inverse of 2. So this will be sine inverse of half. I've taken the reciprocals. Sine 30 is equal to half. So sine inverse half is equal to 30 degrees. Okay. And the last sub question. Sub question 8. Cos inverse of minus half. Okay. This is equal to pi minus cos inverse of half. Because we are using this formula. Cos inverse of minus x is equal to pi minus cos inverse of x. So as per this formula, it is pi minus cos inverse of half. Pi is 180 degree and cos inverse of half. See guys, cos 60 is equal to half. So cos inverse of half is equal to 60 degrees. Answer is 120 degrees. Okay. Question number 2. Cos inverse of half is equal to a. Therefore, half is equal to cos a. I have shifted cos on the other side. And this is what is asked. They are asking the value of cos a. So cos a is equal to half. First sub question. Second, sine inverse of 1 by 3 is equal to a. Therefore, sine a is equal to 1 by 3. This is what is asked in the sorry, this is sine getting shifted on the other side. Sine A is equal to 1 by 3, but then in the problem they are asking cosec A. Now we know in trigonometric functions cosec and sine are reciprocals of each other. So cosec A will be 3 upon 1. Okay. Tan inverse of 3 by 4. Tan inverse of 3 by 4 is equal to A. Therefore, tan A is equal to 3 by 4. Right? They are asking you sine A. Now we'll use triangle method. This is angle A, 3 upon 4. So 3 is certainly the opposite side, and A is the 4 is the base or the adjacent side. So the hypotenuse by Pythagoras theorem, this will be 5. Therefore, sine A, which is asked in the problem, sine A is equal to 3 by 5. Opposite upon adjacent. Okay. Fourth one, tan inverse root 3 is equal to theta. They are asking the value of theta. In the table of tan, when does root 3 occur? So root 3 occurs at 60 degrees. Okay, so tan inverse root 3 is equal to 60 degrees, which is equal to theta as required. Okay. Fifth one, cot theta. They are asking now tan inverse of 1 by 5 is given. It is written as theta. Therefore, tan theta is equal to 1 by 5. Okay, shifting tan inverse on the other side, and tan and cot are reciprocals of each other. So cot theta is equal to 5 upon 1, which is equal to 5. Next one, let's go to question number 6. Sine inverse of half is equal to tan inverse of x. This is given to us, right? We need to find out the value of x. Okay. Now take a look at the left hand side over here. So I'll write let sine inverse of half is equal to, let's say, theta. Therefore, sine theta is equal to 1 upon 2. So by triangle method, and let's mark the given equation as equation number 1. So theta 1 and 2. Look at the representation in the right angle triangle. Opposite upon hypotenuse. So this side by Pythagoras theorem, it will be root of 2 square minus 1 square. Okay. So that will be root 3. Therefore, tan theta is equal to 1 by root 3. Therefore, theta is equal to tan inverse 1 by root 3. Okay. Now, guys, this is theta, and theta in turn is this. So, in equation number 1, instead of sine inverse half, I am going to write tan inverse of 1 by root 3. So, from 1, tan inverse of 1 by root 3 is equal to tan inverse of x by comparing x is equal to 1 by root 3. Okay. Let's go to the third problem. Third sub question 1. Sine of sine inverse half. So sine and sine inverse will get cancelled. The answer will be half. Second, tan inverse of tan pi by 6. Okay, so tan inverse and tan will get cancelled. Answer is pi by 6. Pi by 6 is 30 degrees. But then check whether 30 degrees this is the valid range for tan inverse. Okay, so you need to take a look at the domain and range. So for tan inverse, okay, if you remember the domain and range table which is discussed in class, the answer should lie between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 with a round bracket. So minus 90 to 90. So this very well lies within it. So this is the valid answer. Always check the validity of the angles that you get. Let us go to question number 3. Sub question 3. Okay. Cot of tan inverse 4 by 5. So I'll write this as cot of cot inverse. Tan inverse reciprocal is cot inverse. Reciprocate this as well. 5 by 4. So if you cancel cot and cot inverse, you'll get 5 by 4. That was sub question 3. Let us go to sub question 4. Sine inverse of cos pi by 4. So sine inverse of cos 45, pi by 4 is 45. Cos 45 is 1 by root 2. Cos 45 is 1 by root 2. Now in the table of sine, when does 1 by root 2 occur? 1 by root 2 occurs when the angle is 45 degrees. So sine inverse 1 by root 2 is 45 degrees. Fifth one, sine of cos inverse half. So cos inverse half. In the table of cos, when does half occurs? Half occurs at 60 degrees. So cos inverse of half is 60 degrees and sine 60 is root 3 by 2. Let us proceed with the sixth sub question. Cos of cot inverse minus root 3. So this is cot of tan inverse minus 1 by root 3. Okay, what I've done is I've taken the reciprocal of cot inverse as tan inverse and reciprocal of minus root 3 is minus 1 by root 3. Okay, tan inverse of negative value is negative tan inverse x. Okay, tan inverse of minus x is equal to minus tan inverse x. You should know this. In the table of tan, when does 1 by root 3 occur? 1 by root 3 occurs when it is 30 degrees, right? So tan inverse 1 by root 3 is equal to 30 degrees. Cos of minus 30 is cos 30 because cos of minus x is cos x and cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Okay. Question number 7. It's a tricky problem. Be very attentive. Sine of 2 sine inverse 2 by 3. So at times here it will be 2, at times here it will be half. So this problem is for 2. There will be situations in which there will be half over here. Okay. So try and understand how to solve this. Step number 1. Convert this sine inverse to tan inverse using triangle method. So I'll take a different page. let sine inverse 2 by 3 is equal to theta. Therefore, sine theta is equal to 2 by 3. Make a triangle. This is theta, this is 2, this is 3, right? Opposite upon hypotenuse. So this is by Pythagoras theorem, root of 3 square. 3 square, that is 9, minus 2 square, that is 4. So this will be square root of 5 as per the Pythagoras theorem. Okay. So tan theta will be 2 by root 5. Therefore, theta is equal to tan inverse of 2 by root 5. So sine inverse of 2 by 3 can be replaced with tan inverse of 2 by root 5. Okay. So this can be written as sine of 2 tan inverse 2 by root 5. Now let that 2 by root 5 be alpha. Let it be alpha. Alpha is equal to 2 by root 5. Now 2 tan inverse alpha in terms of sine. So it will be sine inverse of 2 alpha upon 1 plus alpha square. So sine and sine inverse will get cancelled. We'll be left with 2 alpha upon 1 plus alpha square. Okay. So the answer will be 2 alpha upon 1 plus alpha square. We know the value of alpha. So what is alpha? Alpha is 2 by root 5. Okay. So put the value of 2 by root 5 over here in place of alpha, divided by 1 plus 2 by root 5 the whole square, 4 by root 5 divided by, so this will be 5 plus 4, 9. 9 by 5. Okay. So this will be 4 by root 5 into 5 by 9. So that is the final answer that you will get, which can be written as 20 upon 9 root 5. Okay. If you want, you can rationalize root 5. Okay. I hope everybody understood this. We have done this in class as well. Let's proceed with the next problem, and that is question number 3, sub question 8. Cos inverse of sine 220. Now it's a bigger angle. Let's make it small. Okay. So we can write this as sine. See, now outside it is cos. So inside also we intend to make cos. So we will be on the y-axis. Okay. So here it is 270. 270. Let's reduce it to 220. So 270 minus 50. Okay. See, you can also write 220 as 180 plus 40. That's very much correct. But then 180 is on the x-axis. Sine will remain sine. But then I intend to make this sine as cos in the next step. So that's the reason why I'm keeping myself on the y-axis. Okay. So sine 270 minus 50. In this quadrant, sine is negative. Okay, and y-axis 270 is on the y-axis, sine changes to cos. So this will be minus cos 50, right? Now cos of minus x is equal to pi minus cos inverse of x. Okay, cos inverse of minus x is pi minus cos inverse of x. So this is 180 degree minus, just cancel this out, 50 degrees, which is equal to 130 degrees. Okay, that is your answer. So always reduce the bigger angle to a smaller angle. Okay, question number 9. Pre sub question 9. Sine of half cos inverse 4 by 5. Okay, now remember, this particular value can be 2 or half. So whenever it is 2, we have solved one problem of that manner some time back. Now this time it is half. Okay, so whenever it is half, we have to altogether change the strategy over here. So let's do some rough work, but then make it fair on the on your paper. So whenever it is half, this take this entire term as theta. So half cos inverse 4 by 5 is equal to theta. Therefore, cos inverse 4 by 5 is equal to 2 theta. Cross multiplication. Therefore, cos 2 theta is equal to 4 by 5. This much we have got. Now observe, outside it is sine. So this you converted it to sine using half angle formula. So 1 minus 2 sine square theta is equal to 4 by 5. Therefore, 1 minus 4 by 5 is equal to 2 sine square theta. Therefore, 1 by 5 is equal to 2 sine square theta. Therefore, 1 by 10 is equal to sine square theta. Therefore, sine theta is equal to root 1 by 10. Therefore, theta is equal to sine inverse of 1 by root 10. So, this value is equal to theta and theta is equal to sine inverse 1 by root 10. So, in our main problem, the round bracket will be replaced with sine inverse 1 by root 10. Okay, sine and sine inverse will get cancelled. The answer will be 1 by root 10. Fine. Let us go to the next problem. Let us go to question number 3, sub question 10. Tan of sine inverse of minus 1. Now sine inverse of negative x is equal to negative sine inverse x. Right? We know this formula. Sine inverse of negative x, sorry. So this I have applied in the box bracket. Now in the table of sine, when does 1 occur? Remember, sine 90 is equal to 1. So sine inverse 1 is equal to 90 degrees. Tan minus 90 is minus tan 90 degrees because tan minus x is equal to minus tan x. Tan 90 is not defined. Okay, so the answer is not defined. Let us go to question number 11. tan inverse of cot 4 pi by 3. So this can be written as tan inverse of cot. Now 4 pi by 3, 4 into 180 by 3. So this is 60, which is equal to 240. Cot 240. Now this is a bigger angle and the opposites are present, tan and cot. So cot changes to tan. Cot changes to tan. We have to change it to tan so that tan inverse and tan will get cancelled. So cot changes to tan if we keep ourselves on the y-axis. So 240, don't write it as 180 plus 60. If we write it 180 plus 60, will remain on the x-axis because 180 is on the x-axis. So cot will remain cot on the x-axis. But then if we go on the y-axis, which is 270, okay, 270 minus 30. So if we remain on the y-axis, if we go to y-axis, cot will change to tan. Minus is clockwise. So in this particular quadrant, your tan is positive, okay, and y-axis, cot changes to tan. So this is tan 30. Tan inverse and tan will get cancelled, so the answer will be 30 degrees. Okay. Question number 12. Sine of tan inverse 1 plus cos of cos inverse half. Now tan inverse 1 is 45 degrees. Cos and cos inverse will get cancelled. So this will be half. So this will be 1 by root 2 plus half. Let's go to question number 13. Tan of sine inverse root 2 by 2 minus cot of cos inverse root 2 by 2. Okay. So this can be written as tan of sine inverse 1 by root 2 minus cot of cos inverse 1 by root 2. See guys, root 2 by 2 is 1 by root 2. How? We have to rationalize this. Okay. Now what is 1 by root 2? Sine inverse of 1 by root 2. Sine inverse of 1 by root 2 is nothing but 45 degrees. Cos inverse of 1 by root 2 is 45 degrees. So tan 45 is 1, cot 45 is 1. The answer is 0. Let's go to the next problem. Question number 14. Tan inverse of minus root 3 by 3. Tan inverse of negative x is equal to negative tan inverse x. Now root 3 by 3. If you rationalize it, you'll get 1 by root 3. Okay. And in the table of tan, when does 1 by root 3 occur? It occurs when the angle is 30 degrees. Okay. So this is tan inverse problem. The angle should lie between minus 90 to 90. So it's very well within the range. Okay. So our answer is correct. Question number 15. Cosec inverse minus 2 root 3 by 3. So this is equal to sine inverse of convert it into reciprocals minus 3 by 2 root 3. Now 3 by root 3, this can be rationalized. This can be rationalized further. Okay, so 3 by root 3 is nothing but root 3. So this can be written as sine inverse of minus root 3 by 2. 3 by root 3 is nothing but root 3. Sine inverse of minus x is minus sine inverse x. Okay. So this is negative. Sine inverse of root 3 by 2. In the table of sine, when does root 3 by 2 occur? It occurs at 60 degrees. So it is negative 60 degrees. Right? Fine. So the principal value of sine inverse, it is minus 90 to 90, but then minus 60 is well within the range. So our answer is correct. Let's go to the 16th problem. Question number 16. Cos inverse of sine tan inverse of minus 1. Go stepwise. Tan inverse of minus 1 is negative tan inverse 1. Negative tan inverse 1 is 45 degrees. But then minus sign will be there because tan inverse 1 is 45. Sine minus 45 is minus sine 45 because sine minus x is minus sine x. So this is equal to cos inverse of negative 1 by root 2, which is equal to pi minus cos inverse of 1 by root 2. Okay, so cos inverse of minus x is pi minus cos inverse x. Okay, now pi is nothing but 180 degrees. Cos inverse of half, cos inverse of 1 by root 2 is 45 degrees. Cos का table में 1 by root 2 comes in at 45 degrees. Okay, so this is equal to 135 degrees. That's your answer. Question number 17. Sine of 2 tan inverse 3. Okay, now 2 tan inverse x, we can write in terms of sine inverse as 2x upon 1 plus x square. Okay, so this will be sine inverse of 2 into 3. This is x, right? 1 plus x square. So this will be 6 upon 10, which is equal to 3 by 5 because sine and sine inverse got cancelled. So we converted 2 tan inverse 3 to sine inverse, right? And then cancelled out sine and sine inverse. Let's go to question number 4. Sub question 1. LHS. Sine inverse of root 2 by 2 minus sine inverse of half. Root 2 by 2 is 1 by root 2 after rationalization. Sine inverse of 1 by root 2 is 45 degrees. Sine inverse of 1 is 30 degrees. So this is equal to 15 degrees multiplied to pi by 180 because we want the answer as pi by 12. Okay, so convert it into radians. So this will be pi by 12, which is equal to RHS. Sub question 2. LHS cos inverse 0 plus tan inverse minus 1. Cos inverse 0, cos 90 degrees is equal to 0. So cos inverse 0 is equal to 90 degrees. Tan inverse negative 1 is negative tan inverse 1. So this will be minus 45 degrees, which is equal to 90 minus 45, which is 45. Okay. Look at the RHS. RHS is tan inverse 1. So this can be directly written as tan inverse 1 because tan inverse 1 is also 45. So this is equal to your RHS. We'll continue with the rest of the problems in the subsequent sessions. Thank you.